Okay, hi. Welcome to this version of We Care Wednesday. This Wednesday we are going to be supporting Until Freedom, focusing right now, they are focusing on occupying Kentucky, trying to bring justice to Breonna Taylor for her unjust murder, and trying to bring her four murderers to justice. It's a cause close to my heart. If it's a cause close to yours, I hope you'll donate. Allison-Babula at Venmo, and then, like I said, those funds will be going on to Until Freedom together. We are going to get started in a child's pose today. Go ahead and settle yourself back, knees nice and wide, big toes come to touch. And we're just going to settle ourselves down onto the mat, begin starting to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth. One more time in. One more time out. Good. Go ahead and bring your right arm back towards your body. Slide it underneath that left armpit, reaching all the way toward the left side of the room. Little thread the needle here. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale back through center. We'll take the left arm, same thing, sweeping that underneath the right. Gazing underneath that right armpit as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Inhale, reach that left arm long. And then roll yourself up to a tabletop position. Good. From your tabletop, just go ahead and sit back onto your heels. Good. Arms reach down by your sides, palms facing forward, fingertips. Imagining that you have your fingertips reaching down for the earth. Reach, reach, reach. Imagine that they have electricity shooting out of them, and that electricity is reaching down for the earth. Good. Nice big breath in. Shrug your shoulders up toward your ears. As you exhale, let your shoulders melt down toward the earth. Good. Softly close off your eyes here. Crown of your head is reaching up toward the ceiling as your shoulders reach down for the floor, fingers reach down for the floor. Nice and long spine. Belly is softly engaged here. And then I'm just going to give you a little intention for your practice today. And it's just to remember that nothing in nature blooms all year long. So be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself, be patient. Let's blink our eyes softly open. Let's sit our left hip off of our heels toward the mat. Good. You're going to take your right hand down toward your right side of the mat, maybe spider tipping your fingers. Maybe you can bring that hand flat. Wherever you are, go ahead and reach that right arm down toward the mat, and then left arm reaches up over your side body, gazing underneath that left shoulder for a nice side body stretch here. Big breath in. As you exhale, come through center. And we'll do the opposite side, sitting ourselves off to the right, spider tipping those left fingers, or maybe flattening out that left hand if you're able. And then right arm sweeps up over your head. And we exhale toward that left side, gazing underneath that right armpit. One more breath in. And then we'll come back through center on our exhale. Very, very good. Go ahead and plant your hands ahead of you. Tuck your toes underneath. We're going to hover our knees for 3, 2, 1. Drop them back down. Good. We're going to do that again. Go ahead and hover your knees. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Drop it back down. Untuck your toes. Give yourself a little cow pose. Good, and then tuck your toes, neutral spine, hover your knees, hold for 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees, cow pose, soften those elbows, look up at the sky. One more time, tuck those toes, nice neutral spine, hover those knees for 3, and 2, and 1. Step yourself back so you're in a high plank. Hold here for 3, and 2, and 1. Lift your hips, press yourself back, downward facing dog. Good. Nice soft knees here, allowing yourself to kind of soften into this position. Maybe you pedal yourself out, one foot down, then the other. Very good. Maybe you allow your hips to fall or to sway side to side, one side to the other, just allowing your side body to stretch out a little. Good. And then let's come to a nice stillness here. We're going to inhale up onto our tiptoes. Exhale, let your heels draw down toward the mat. 2 more times like that. Inhale takes you up. Exhale brings you back down. Inhale takes you up. Exhale brings you back down. One more time like that. Inhale up. Exhale back down. So good. Nice stillness here. And then we're going to inhale up onto both of our tiptoes at the same time. And then imagine that your spine wants to touch the ceiling as you roll forward into a high plank. Exhale, press yourself back, downward facing dog. Good. So we're going to inhale up onto our toes. Roll yourself forward, high plank. And then exhale, press yourself back, downward facing dog. One more time like that. Inhale up onto your tiptoes, roll yourself forward, high plank. Exhale, press yourself back, downward facing dog. So good. Inhale up onto your tiptoes. Bend your knees to a hover from the mat, look forward, and then you're going to go ahead and tiptoe your way to the top of the mat. Good. Let's inhale, halfway lift, 2 fist distance between your feet here. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders reaching back toward each other, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, forward fold. One more time like that. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, exhale, forward fold. Soften your knees, grab opposite elbows, allow yourself to ragdoll. Crown of the head is nice and heavy, drawing down toward the earth. Maybe you sway your weight side to side. Maybe you stay nice and static with each exhale, allowing yourself to soften even more into this pose. We'll be here for 1 more round of breath. Reach your hands down for the mat. Root through your heels, engage your low belly, and roll yourself up to a mountain pose. Nice and slow. Your head is the last thing to come all the way up. Palms face forward. Let's sweep our hands up over our heads. Inhale up. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Soften your knees, forward fold. Very good. Inhale, halfway lift. Crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, plant your hands. Spider tip your fingers. Good. Nice soft bend in the knees here. Step your left foot back. Plant your left hand, right arm sweeps up toward the sky. Nice big breath in here. Nice big breath out. Right hand reaches down for the mat. You're going to drop that back knee and untuck those toes. You're going to engage your low belly and press into that front heel to inhale up. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, bring your arms to cactus arms. Gaze up at the corner of the room here. Good. Inhale, arms back up over your head. Exhale, spider tip those fingers. Tuck your back toes, lift that back leg, and then you're gonna step into a standing split. Left leg goes flying, toes are dialed down for 3, 2, 1. Step that left foot next to the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Spider tip those fingers. Nice soft bend in the knees. Step your right foot back. Good. Right hand plants. Inhale that left arm up toward the sky. Nice big breath in. Nice big breath out. Left hand reaches down for the mat. We drop our back knee, untuck our toes. Inhale ourselves up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, bring your arms to cactus arms. Gaze up at the corner of the room. Inhale here. As you exhale, straighten those arms up and spider tip those fingers ahead of you. Tuck those back toes, lift that back knee, and when you're ready, step into a standing split, flying that right foot, toes dialed down for 3, 2, 1. Step that right foot right next to your left foot. Big toes come to touch. Let's inhale, halfway lift. Let's exhale, bend your knees, sit yourself into a chair pose, arms reach forward. Weight is in your heels, low belly is engaged. Imagine you have a tail and it's softly curving underneath your bottom. Sink a little bit lower, weight is in those heels. Holding for 3, and 2, and 1. Stand all the way up. Inhale up, little baby back bend. Exhale, separate your hands, dive head first. Forward fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your left foot back. Spider tip those fingers. Plant your left hand, right arm reaches up toward the sky. Nice big breath in. Nice big breath out. Right arm reaches back down for the floor. Spider tip those fingers. This time, inhale up, crescent lunge. All the way reaching up toward the sky. Nice soft bend in the back knee. Inhale here. As you exhale, arms come to cactus arms. Gaze up at the corner of the room. Inhale back up through crescent lunge. Exhale, spider tip those fingers. Take a standing split. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Step that left foot right next to the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Spider tip those fingers. Go ahead and step your right foot back. Right hand plants, left arm reaches up toward the sky. Nice big breath in. Exhale, left hand reaches back down. We inhale up, crescent lunge. Nice soft bend in the back knee. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, spider tip those fingers. Standing split, holding for 3, and 2, and 1. Go ahead and step that right foot right next to your left. Big toes come to touch again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, sit back, chair pose, arms reaching forward. Weight is in the heels, nice low belly engaged. Sink a little bit lower. See how close your fingertips are to the floor. Reach forward. Sink a little bit lower, hold for 3, and 2, and 1. Inhale yourself all the way up, little baby back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant those hands. Go ahead and step your right foot back, then your left. From high plank, we're gonna drop our knees. Right, and keep your knees narrow. Untuck your toes, press yourselves back to a child's pose for a moment. And then keep those elbows narrow. You're gonna try to spin the eyes of your elbows to the ceiling. As you keep your elbows narrow, tucked into your body, roll yourself up to a cobra pose. Very good. And then we're gonna reverse that. You're gonna come back nice and low, pressing yourself back into child's pose. So we're rolling from child's pose to cobra. So bringing your chin nice and narrow along the mat, inhaling up, cobra pose. Exhale, go ahead and reverse that. Booty comes into the air, you press your hips back over your heels. We're gonna do 2 more times like that. Inhaling through cobra pose. Exhaling, child's pose. One more time, inhale through cobra. Exhale, press back, child's. So good. And then this time we're gonna roll ourselves forward, inhaling through cobra, press the tops of your feet into the mat, straighten out your elbows so we are in our up dog. And then go ahead and lift your hips up toward the ceiling, downward facing dog. So, so good. Nice big breath in. Nice big breath out. Let's inhale our right leg high. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and step that foot through. Very, very good. From here, go ahead and spin your back foot so that it's parallel with the back of the mat. Both hands come on the inside of that right foot. Left arm is gonna reach up toward the sky, and then you're gonna pull yourself up into a warrior 2. Hip points coming up toward our ribs here, reaching nice and long. Flip that front palm, reverse your warrior. So good. Go ahead and reach that right arm down for the right corner of the mat. Left hand comes to your left hip, and you're gonna step into your half moon. Stacking that left hip on top of the right. Maybe that left arm reaches up for the sky for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and step that left foot right next to your right. Inhale, arms up over your head. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Plant those hands, step yourself back. Lift your hips so you're in a down dog. So good. Nice big breath in. Nice big breath out. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to your nose. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and step that foot through. So good. Go ahead and spider tip your fingers. Both hands on the inside of that left foot. Go ahead and spin your back foot so that it's parallel with the back of the mat. Very good. Right arm reaches up for the sky. We press into that front foot, and then we bring ourselves up into our warrior 2 on this side. Good. Flip that front palm, reach forward, reverse your warrior. So good. And then as you exhale, that left arm reaches toward the left corner of the mat. Right hand comes to your right hip. We step into that left foot for our half moon on this side. Flying that back foot, flexing those toes for 3, 2, 1. Step that right foot next to your left. Sweep your arms up over your head. Inhale up. Exhale, hands come through, heart center, forward fold, plant your hands. Step yourself back so you're in your high plank. Good, drop your knees. Untuck your toes, press yourself back so you're in your child's pose. Come nice and narrow, inhale through to your cobra pose. As you exhale, come through your up dog, and then lift your hips back, downward facing dog. So, so good. Nice big breath in here. Nice big breath out. One more in. One more out. So good. Inhale that right leg high. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step that foot through. Both hands spider tip on the inside of that right foot. Back foot spins flat. Left arm reaches up for the sky and then pulls us up into our warrior two. Flip your front palm, reach forward, reverse your warrior. Stay with me. Go ahead and bring that right elbow to that right knee. Left arm reaches up for your side angle. We're going to reverse that. Come back into your reverse warrior. And then this time, reaching for the right side of the mat. Left hand comes to the left hip. Half moon. Stepping into that. When you're ready, holding for 3, 2, 1. Stepping that left foot next to the right, arms sweep up over your head. Exhale, hands come through, heart center, plant those hands. Step yourself back so you're in a high plank. Lift your hips, down dog. So good. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale that left leg high. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step that foot through. Both hands on the inside of that left foot. Back foot spins flat. Right arm reaches up for the sky. Try to hug that left hip in toward the center line of your body. And then right arm pulls you up into your warrior two. So good. Flip your front palm, reach forward, reverse. And then as you exhale, left elbow to left knee, right arm reaches up over your head. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Stepping into it and flying for 3, 2, 1. Step that right foot next to the left. Sweep your arms up over your head. Inhale. Exhale, hands come through, heart center. Plant your hands. Go ahead and step yourself back into your high plank. Drop your knees, untuck your toes. Press yourself back into your child's pose here. Inhale, pull yourself low along the mat up into your cobra pose. Press your tops of your feet into the mat, lift your knees, and then press yourself back, downward facing dog. Good, go ahead and roll into a tabletop and then just sit yourself back, maybe toweling off here, maybe taking a drink of water, what have you, whatever you feel like you need right now. As we go along here, everything that I'm naming are just suggestions. If it doesn't feel right or good, don't do it. Do something else. All right. From here, from our tabletop position, you're gonna step yourself back up into a high plank. Knees can be up or down, and then you're gonna lower yourself all the way down onto the mat. So good. We're gonna bring our elbows right underneath our shoulders. Palms are flat down onto the floor or the mat here. Imagining that you're a mermaid and those big toes are touching and your feet and legs are zipped up together. Press the tops of your feet into the mat so that lifts up your knees and engages those thighs. Engage your low belly. Good. So we're in this beautiful Sphinx pose here, and we're gonna work on some tricep work from this position. So you're gonna press yourself into your mat. Dog. You're gonna press yourself into your mat with your palms and keep your elbows nice and narrow. So I don't want them to come out to the side like this. You're gonna stay just like so, and you're going to press yourself up, and then you're gonna come right back down. Super. Again, feet press into the tops of the mat. Knees are lifted, belly is engaged. Go ahead and press yourself up. Come back down. So good. We're gonna do 4 more times. Press up and back down. Press up and back down. Press up and back down. Last time, press up and back down. So good. From here, tuck your toes underneath so your toes are on the mat. Engage your low belly, and then I want you to bring yourself up into a forearm plank. So, so good. From this forearm plank, we're just gonna work a little bit on bringing our chin forward. So shift yourself forward up onto your tippy toes, and then come back. Shift yourself forward, tippy toes, and then come back. Shift yourself forward, tippy toes, and then come back. 3 more times for 3. And back. And 2. And back. And 1. And back. Hold here. You can hold it for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and drop your knees right where they are. Press yourself back into a child's pose because that feels amazing. Arms reach nice and long ahead of you. Spider tip those fingers to give your shoulders a little stretch. Maybe you come into child's pose and reach your arms out to a T. Rolling one shoulder down toward the earth and then the other. So good. And then maybe you clasp your hands behind your back as you're in your child's pose. Keeping your palms together, imagining that you're trying to bring those elbows as straight as you can, opening your chest up at the same time. Maybe allowing your hands to come up over your head. Maybe just keeping them at your low back, wherever feels good and right. Very, very good. Go ahead and unclasp those hands. We're gonna roll ourselves back up into a tabletop position. Good. And then from this tabletop position, go ahead and reach your right leg long behind you, left arm long ahead of you. Good. You're gonna crunch knee to elbow and then reach nice and long. Crunch knee to elbow, reach nice and long. Crunch knee to elbow, reach nice and long. One more time, crunch knee to elbow, reach nice and long. Plant your left hand. Turn your left toes out to the left side of the mat. Keep that right leg lifted. Right arm reaches up toward the sky. From here, right elbow to right knee. Crunch and then reach nice and long. Right elbow to right knee. Reach nice and long. 2 more. Elbow to knee. Reach long. 1 more. Elbow to knee. Reach long. Go ahead and bend that right knee. Reach behind you to catch that right foot. Press foot into hand to open up that right hip. Gaze over that right shoulder. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and reach yourself nice and long. Right foot meets the mat. Right arm comes all the way up over your head for a nice side body stretch. Exhale, reach all the way back around to your tabletop position. Go ahead and sway your hips side to side to let that go. Very, very good. And then we're going to reach our left leg long behind us, toes dialed down. Right arm comes long ahead of us. Good, nice neutral spine. And we crunch in, and we reach long. And we crunch, and we reach. And we crunch, and we reach. And we crunch, and we reach nice and long. Right hand comes down. Right toes out to the right side of the mat. That left leg stays lifted, left arm lifts. Let's crunch knee to elbow and reach long. Crunch knee to elbow, reach long. 2 more. Knee to elbow, reach long. Knee to elbow, reach nice and long. Bend that left knee, reach behind you to catch that foot. Press foot into hand, gaze over that left shoulder. For 3, 2, 1. Reach that left leg long. Left arm comes up over your head. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, reaching yourself all the way back through center. Knees come to the center. shift your hips side to side here. So good. So while we're down on the mat, let's come into some ab work. So we're just gonna cross our ankles right here, and I want you to press into your the tops of your feet as you roll yourself over into a seat. Very good. Alrighty. So we're gonna do some oblique work here today. So I'm gonna show you what we're doing while we're in a seated position. So to actually do this, I'm gonna be lying down on my back. My toes are gonna be up toward the ceiling. And then I'm gonna interlace my fingers. My pointer finger is gonna be pointing, and I'm going to be reaching toward my right heel and then back to center. And then I'm gonna be reaching toward my left heel and then back to center. We can do a couple of times sitting up at first just to get the hang of it. Feeling what you're gonna need to do, you're gonna have to lift those shoulders up off of the mat in order to do this exercise. So let's go ahead and roll back. Feet are flexed up toward the ceiling. Engage your low belly here. And intertwine your hands, and then when you're ready, go ahead and reach toward that left heel, and then center. Right heel, and then center. Left, center, right, center. For 5, and 5, and 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Very good. Unclasp your hands, grab around that right ankle, allow your left leg to come down toward the mat. And then we're gonna go ahead and switch. Grab your left ankle, right leg comes down toward the mat. Keep your feet flexed as you do this, back and forth. Low belly is engaged, low back is pressed into the mat. We're switching back and forth, stretching our hamstrings, and working those low abs at the same time. For 5, and 5, and 4, and 4, 3, and 3, 2, and 2. Last one, 1, and 1. So good. Grab your knees in toward your chest. Allow your head to relax back down. Maybe do some little circles with your hips, both directions. So, so good. And then from here, we are going to come into a nice wide roll. So we're gonna rock and roll nice and wide. And once we're ready, we're gonna roll back into our yogi squat. So our heels are gonna be on the mat, toes are coming off of the mat. And then maybe you need to help yourself here, and maybe you can roll yourself all the way up. Heels are on the mat, toes are off, and then we're gonna sink ourselves into this yogi squat here. I'm bracing my knees open with my elbows, pressing hands together here to give myself a little more separation, a little more opening. So, so good. Nice big breath in. Nice big breath out. So good. One more breath in here. One more breath out. Very good. From here, we're going to press in to the earth with our heels. Engage your low belly. Imagine that you're drawn up toward the ceiling with an invisible thread. Stand all the way up. Turn your toes toward the front of the room, slightly pigeon-toed. Sweep your arms up over your head. Exhale, hands come through, heart center as you take a little forward fold. Beautiful. Maybe hang in a ragdoll here for a moment. Maybe a nice deep bend into your right leg, and then you twist up toward the ceiling with your left arm. And then maybe a nice deep bend into the left leg as you reach up toward the ceiling with your right arm. Very good. And we'll come back through center. Heel toe your feet so that they're about hip distance apart. We're gonna inhale, halfway lift, crown of the head reaches forward, belly is engaged. Exhale, spider tip those fingers and step your left foot back. Good. Go ahead and inhale yourself up, crescent lunge. Good. Go ahead and bend those elbows into cactus arms, gaze up at the corner of the room. Continue to pull those cactus arms open, opening up your chest. Arms come down by your sides. Go ahead and clasp them behind your low back. Straighten out those arms as much as you can, opening up your chest toward the ceiling. Nice big breath in. Stay for that exhale. Back foot spins to a 45-degree angle. Right shoulder is going to surrender down toward that right knee. Gazing back at that left heel, arms come up over your head. Nice big breath in. Nice big breath out. Inhale here. Exhale, let your hands melt down the back of your body. Plant that left hand onto the mat, spin onto the ball of that back foot. Inhale that right arm back up toward the sky. So good. Exhale, spider tip that right hand down, drop the back knee, untuck your toes. Inhale up, Anjaneyasana. Good. Again, we're gonna cactus our arms, gaze up at the ceiling, pull, pull, pull. Clasp your hands behind your low back, open up that chest, that left hip. Nice big breath in. Nice big breath out. Unclasp your hands, bring them to your front knees. Press into the front knee as you straighten out that leg. Heel drives into the earth, toes come up towards your nose. Maybe you can spider tip those fingers for a lovely straight leg stretch. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more in here. One more out. Go ahead and spider tip those fingers. Bend your front knee, press back into that front knee. Lift your back foot, and you're gonna step into a standing split. Left foot goes flying. Good. Toes are dialed down in that standing split, and then we're gonna shift that standing split, rolling that left hip on top of the right. Left arm reaches up for the ceiling, so we come into our half moon. So good. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and come back out of that. Whoop. Come back out of that with grace. Sweep your arms up over your head. Inhale. Exhale, hands come through, heart center, forward fold. So good. Let's inhale, halfway lift. Crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, forward fold, spider tip those fingers. Hey, baby. And then this time we're going to step our right foot back. Good. Inhaling up, crescent lunge. Exhale, arms come to cactus arms, gaze up at the corner of the room. Good. Keep pulling those arms down, down, down until they clasp behind your low back. This time, uncomfortable or awkward thumb on top. Reach those arms down, long behind you, opening up your chest, breath in. As you exhale, go ahead and spin that back foot to a 45. Left shoulder comes down to left knee. Gaze back at that right heel. Hold here for 3. And 2. And 1. Allowing those hands to melt down the back of your body. Right hand plants, spin onto the ball of that back foot. Left arm reaches up toward the sky. Nice big breath in. Nice big breath out. So good. Left hand spider tips down. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes. Inhale up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands come through, cactus. Keep pulling down, 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 nice and open. Awkward thumb clasps on top, opening up those shoulders. Good. And then exhale, hands come to that front knee, press into that front heel, driving that heel into the earth, toes come up towards your nose. Spider tip the fingers, nice half split stretch here, big breath in, big breath out. Bend back into that front knee, tuck those back toes and lift that back knee, and then go ahead and step into your standing split. Hips are squared to the mat at first, toes dial down. And then we start to shift, rolling that right hip on top of our left, and then reaching our right arm up toward the sky, allowing ourselves to be pulled into our half moon for 3, 2, 1. Stepping that right foot next to the left, arm sweep up over your head, inhale. Exhale, hands come through, heart center, plant those hands, step or jump back into your high plank, and then press back, downward facing dog. So, so good. We are going to get set up for a half pigeon today. So let's go ahead and sweep our right leg up toward the sky. Exhale, sweep that right foot through so that that shin comes parallel to the top of the mat, or as parallel as you can bring it. And then left leg goes long behind you. Maybe you towel yourself off here. Hello, baby girl. And this is when Apple likes to come over and say hello. Okay. So from here, maybe you stay spider tipped fingers, maybe you walk yourself down. Wherever you are, just try to bring some quietness to your thoughts. Continue to focus on your breath and stay with it. Whatever's waiting for you after this will still be waiting for you after this. So you don't have to rush anything. Don't rush this time that you're taking for yourself. Each exhale sinking closer to the earth. Being kind to yourself. Recognizing that even if you've been someplace different before, this is where you're supposed to be today. Good. And then we'll walk our hands back up towards our torso. Stretching up toward the sky. Good. And then we're going to swing our left leg around to the front of the room. And you're going to bring that right leg up into your arms. So you're going to cradle that right leg up into your arms here. I know. Cradling that leg in your arms. Do you need to go outside? Is that it? You want to go out? Okay. And then we'll allow that right leg to go long ahead of us. And we're going to rock and roll back into a tabletop position. Yes. Rock and roll back into a tabletop position and then tuck your toes. Press yourself back. Downward facing dog. Speaking of down dog, that dog is crazy. Okay, so we're in our down dog here. Very, very good. Let's inhale our right leg high again. I know we're still on the same side. Bend your knee, fan your hip open. So good. Maybe let's take a wild thing, shifting our shoulders forward, lifting our right arm, and then catching ourselves with that right leg. Beautiful. We'll come back around to center. Lift those hips down, dog, and then we'll take the opposite side. Let's inhale, sweep that left leg high. Exhale, sweep that leg through. Legs go long, right leg goes long behind you. Again, meeting yourself where you're at today. Each time you come to your mat, it will be a different practice. And that's the joy of it. Again, sisters are hips. Hips are sisters, they're not twins. So be kind to them. Don't expect them both to do the same thing. Maybe you effort to give them both the same love, but they might respond differently, and that's okay. Staying with that breath. One more breath in this deepest expression of this pose here. And then go ahead and walk your torso back up. We'll swing that right leg around out to the side and then in front of us. And we'll bring that left leg up into our arms, cradling it like a baby. Being so nice to it. And then we're gonna be so nice to our hips the same way. So I'm going to bring my knees into my chest, cross my ankles, roll over my ankles into a tabletop, step myself back into a high plank, lift my hips, down dog. I'm going to sweep my left leg up into the air here, bend that knee, fan that hip open, shift my shoulders over my wrists, lift my left hand. Oh, that feels delicious. And then we'll come back through center. Awesome. Go ahead and tippy toe yourself to the center of your mat and then squat yourself right down where you are. Sit yourself back. Very good. We are going to take some back bends today. Let's come down onto our backs and take a bridge pose. So bringing our low belly down toward the earth. Arms come down, palms face down, engaging those triceps. Let's lift our hips up toward the ceiling and hold here for 3, 2, 1. Come back down to the earth. Good. We're gonna do 2 more times like that. Inhaling, hips up toward the ceiling. Shift your weight into that left heel and then try to straighten out that right leg toward the sky. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down. Hips come down toward the earth. Good. 1 more time like that, balancing it out. Bridge pose. Shift that weight to the right. Left leg comes up toward the sky. Big breath in. Big breath out. Foot comes down to the earth. Hips come down. So good. From here, let's go ahead and bring ourselves to mat distance apart with our feet, cactus arms with our arms, and then let's windshield wiper our knees side to side here. Just allowing the front of your body to open up after all of that work. Both knees come toward the right side. And then stack that right foot on top of that left knee to drag it down toward the earth a little more. Opening up that hip and breathe. One more breath here. As you exhale, unwind that side, windshield wipering side to side a couple of times before you end with both knees facing toward the left. Maybe that left foot coming outside, that right knee to weigh it down. That feels so delicious. And breathe into the stretch that your body wants to take today. So good. One more breath here. And then unwinding those legs. Windshield wiper a couple more times, and then draw your knees in toward your chest. Take a happy baby. Grabbing onto the blades of your feet, allowing your knees to draw down toward the earth, and then make it happy. Roll side to side, catch yourself with your knees. Allow your mat to give you a nice massage at the end of your practice. Your mat's giving back to you just like you gave to your mat. And then we'll fall into a Shavasana. Maybe legs extend long ahead of you. Maybe you bring your legs to Supta Baddha Konasana. Heels of your feet together, knees splayed out nice and wide. Palms can come up facing the sky for some energy, or palms can come down toward the floor or onto your belly and heart for some grounding. Shavasana. As we're here in this Shavasana, I'm going to leave us with some thoughts from J.R.R. Tolkien. He says, "All that is gold does not glitter, not all that wander are lost. The old that is strong does not wither, deep roots are not reached by the frost. From the ashes a fire shall be woken, a light from the shadows will spring. Renewed shall the blade that was broken, the crownless again shall be king." Inhale your arms up long over your head for another good morning stretch. And then as you exhale, bend your knees in towards your chest, roll over onto your right side. Give yourself some gratitude for one thing from your practice today. And press yourself up to a seat where we'll face each other. Hands come to your heart center. Sitting up nice and tall, we'll close up our eyes softly here. And we'll remember that not all that wander are lost. Thumb knuckles come to third eye, opening up your palms to the love and the light this universe has to offer. And we'll bow and say namaste. Thank you for your practice today. Sorry about the little snafu with with technology, but that's how technology works sometimes. Love, and let's keep fighting for charities that we believe in. If anybody has a suggestion for a charity that you're interested in, please let me know, and we'll dedicate a We Care Wednesday to it. All right, enjoy your days, y'all.